This is Caitlin Cook, and you're listening to Bothering the Band with Ryan and Abby.
Cool. Caitlin, welcome to Bothering the Band. You've been on our radar for a while. We have some mutual friends, and we like fucking love what you're doing.
Thanks.
We didn't even think you would say yes. We're like, let's give it a shot.
You hit me at a good time. I was just about to start up the sort of guest on podcast thing again because I'm promoting another off-Broadway run. So you reached out at the right time.
Man, I wish I was back in New York just to catch it. Again, we ask our favorite musical peeps very dumb questions, and we have a fun icebreaker for you.
Cool.
Would you rather cook with Dane Cook or adopt a cat with Caitlyn Jenner?
Wow. That is tough.
And this will give you a sense of the rest of the show.
Okay. As much as I'm tempted to cook or to adopt a cat with Caitlyn Jenner because I have a joke about her in my show and would be interested in having that conversation. I feel like that is a lifelong commitment that I'm not willing to do with very many people, let alone Caitlyn Jenner. So I think cooking seems good because it would just be a one-time thing with Dane Cook.
It's a cooking show, I think. I'm just kidding. Uh, cool. So something else that's awesome is that you do a lot of shit. Checked out your design work. Love it.
Wow, you did some research.
I did. So did you do like the website for uh what's his toes? Rejected Jokes? Why can't I think of his name right now?
Ben Schwartz, yes, I
Benny.
did.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You did? That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I did his website. I just redid it actually recently and then helped him make a mailing list. That
Oh,
was that
awesome.
was happening in December. Yeah, he's a good ad guy. I design a lot of websites for comedians and musicians and other performers. My sort of day job for a long time has been in the design world.
Oh, cool. I mean, it's similar to my day job. I'm a copywriter for like email and SMS and shit.
Oh, nice.
So I know the jam, and I've like done a little bit with Punch Up Live,
Hmm.
and so um definitely lots of cool stuff. We just had Adam Pally on, who's Ben's
Yeah, I know
buddy.
Adam.
Yeah. Um so if you had to pick one, comedy, music, or design, what would you choose?
Oh man. I mean, I've never been able to pick between music and comedy. I'd probably design would go out the window. I mean, I love design, but my heart is in more comedy and music, but I've never been able to pick one because when I do like a music show, I can't help but make jokes and sing silly songs, and when I do a comedy show, I can't help but pick up the guitar. Um, but I guess if I had to pick one, probably music.
Nice.
Yeah.
Think that's the pool. Um, okay, so also in our research, you went from LA, you grew up in LA and then
Mhm.
went to New York. That's wild because usually it's the other way. I mean, I guess you start in New York and then go to LA.
It took me a while to get to New York. I went to college in Ohio, and then I lived in Chicago for 2 years, and then I lived in the UK for a while. And then I ended up in New York.
Oh, wow, that's pretty crazy. Did you do comedy in Chicago?
I did. I started comedy in Chicago. I had really debilitating stage fright for a long time. So I started to get over that in Chicago. And then I really sort of cut my teeth in London and Oxford over in the UK, and then moved to New York, and I've been here for 9 years.
Wow.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What were the crowds like in the UK, like coming up?
I really love the crowds in the UK, and I continue to try and tour there once or twice a year. They're really good listeners. They have such a long theater history. They're really they love wordplay, and they're very specific in their listening. And they also I don't feel like I have to do as much when I get up on stage of self-deprecating jokes about being a woman or having a guitar, or making sure that they know I know who I am. I feel like in the UK, they're just great, we're fine, we're over that. Happy to listen to whatever you have to say. So,
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, you just can breeze past the filler.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I was gonna save this for last, but the writing on the stall is just fucking brilliant all
Thank
the way
you.
around. Like it, I just think you should. It's a gold mine from forever. But
Truly.
I, I was trying to think of. We were trying to think of the question. I'm sure you've gotten a lot of questions about what, like, the weirdest thing you found or the grossest thing you found.
Hmm.
I want to know, like, I don't even have a question. What's the nicest thing? What's the most specific thing?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't post it as often because it doesn't get as much of a response, but like I really love beautiful, heartfelt graffiti. And it's stuff that like in the song that I have that's like the difference between men's and women's stalls, a lot of it is in the women's stalls of like being really
Yeah.
encouraging and supportive, which is so sweet. Um, but sometimes you'll just find something written really tiny in a corner that's just like you are enough, or like smile, like make it a good day, or like something very sweet like that. The one that I really liked recently, that maybe I just get sentimental around like the holidays and like the turn of a new year, but I saw one that said who would have thought you'd end up here.
Oh,
And I just really, that was just so sweet. And I was like reflecting on like what a good year 2023 ended up being, and like who would have thought I'd end up here at the end of the year. It was
oh,
great.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So when I lived in New York for 10 years and I'm a writer, so I would write things everywhere. I would write one of my best friend's phone number
Very
and,
funny.
and it came back to him one
Oh,
time.
wow. Really? What
Yeah.
happened?
Like I wrote at a place called Bowery Poetry Club in the bathroom. I wrote call this number and scream. And he was with me. He lived in Florida. I lived in New York, and he was visiting.
Yeah.
And he got a message and he goes, "This is you, right?" And I listened to it and it said, someone on the was like, "I'm at the Bowery Poetry Club." Ah, like just screamed. And I was like, "No idea what you're talking about." And then I realized seconds later, I go, "I'm wearing a Bowery Poetry Club shirt."
Oh my God,
I
that's
never
so
knew.
funny.
Um, yeah. So if you ever see, I'm not going to say his number here, but yeah, see a
Yeah.
It
phone
wouldn't
number.
be the first time you
Oh,
gave
wouldn't?
his you gave his phone number out on the pod.
Oh my
Uh,
God. Yeah. I've never called a number from a stall, but I find it funny in the last song of the show, Conversations with Strangers, which is the one that like really blew up the most. Right at the very end, it says there's like a short outro verse that's like for a good time call, and it's just a bunch of things that people have written after for a good time call. And someone wrote that phone number from that old song, Jenny, eight six
oh
seven
yeah,
five three. And a lot of people have never heard this song, I guess. So that there's a lot of like kids on TikTok commenting, like, has anyone called the number? And like, just they don't recognize it from the song, which is crazy.
that's
I feel like they auctioned the phone number off at one point, like
I think they
years
did.
ago, like 15, 20 years ago. But
Yeah.
right?
I
Okay. So
haven't
I'm
called
not
it
making that
recently. No, there used to be like you would call and there'd be some kind of like commercial because it was used a lot. People would call it and yeah, someone bought it. But I don't know what it is now.
amazing.
is your DMs like just blowing up with like photos of bathroom stalls and shit
Oh
like that?
yeah. Yeah. It varies like based on how much I'm posting, but like when really stuff was blowing up when I was promoting the off-Broadway debut run, I was getting like hundreds of DMs a day of people sending me bathroom graffiti, which is great. More content for me.
Yeah. Oh man. I'm sure you get a lot of creeps too as a female comedian.
Oh yeah. It's not too bad. I don't know. I tend to not put out that kind of energy, I guess. But yeah, it's very funny. I get now that I have like quite a big following, I get a lot of people coming to my shows like asking me out on dates, but they do it in the strangest way where they'll be like, I'm at this bar if you want to get a drink and dinner before the show. And I'm like, before the show? Like I'm teching the show. Like I'm going through lines. I'm like not in a headspace to meet a random stranger. It's very silly. I get a lot of also like marriage proposal DMs, which I find very hilarious.
Oh, plenty of fish in the sea.
Hmm.
Oh, one time a friend of ours who's a comedian in Nashville showed us her DMs and it was gross. Like I didn't need a
Yeah.
deal,
Yeah,
but
it's pretty
want a deal.
wild. I'm very grateful. Like there is one bit, I don't think it's in the show, but it when I took the songs out of the show when I was just practicing them in front of audiences, there was a bit where I would just say like my Instagram handle is the Caitlin Cook. Please send me a picture. the next time you're in a bathroom. And then I would like the first time I ever did it, I realized I phrased it wrong. And I was like, I'm sorry, please send me a picture of bathroom graffiti. Don't just send me a picture of you in a bathroom. If you're going to send me a dick pic, please let it be an illustrated dick pic. And like I sort of incorporated that into how I delivered the song for a while. And I was like very surprised. Sometimes people would send me pictures of them in a bathroom, but it was always like just like their hand on toilet paper or something.
Okay. Phew.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Well, we're gonna move on. What's the last thing you ate?
Blueberries. I currently have a carton of blueberries staring at me. I shouldn't have food near me during a podcast, but here we go.
I mean, eat blueberries. We've had weirder shit.
We
Yeah.
also spent the 5 minutes before you got here talking about how hungry we were.
Yeah.
So if you eat blueberries, no one's going to be upset.
Great.
No, not at
A little
all.
ASMR for your
And then
listeners.
and then we sell it for ASMR.
To all your creeps.
Yeah.
I bought my daughter blueberries recently, and they were
Mhm.
the wrong size. They were too big, so I had to buy the smaller ones. Do you have this problem? What size blueberries do
I
you like?
don't I love all different sizes of blueberries. I love them so much. How old is your daughter?
She's 9.
Okay, so she's just specific about her blueberry size.
Yeah, I was like, okay, you're right. They are kind of big. They look. I was like, I'll eat those. I'll have to get you.
Good. Good. As long as they got eaten.
Yeah. Here's a fun question we've asked. I didn't have this, but it made me think of it. Okay, if you have a thing of blueberries,
Mhm.
and let's say one corner has mold,
Yeah.
are you chucking the whole thing?
No. I'm in general, I like try and cut mold out of things and then see if it smells good. But my partner is way pickier than I am, so if he finds it first, he'll throw the whole thing out. I just
Oh
hate wasting
man.
food.
Wait, it's like something I'm trying to actively not care about,
Yeah.
you know? What's your favorite burner on your stove?
The front left.
Front left, hell yeah, front left club.
Yeah. Although right now I have sort of two stoves, and on the other one, I just realized it's the front right. I think it's the one closest to the sink for some reason.
Yeah. What a brag. I've got 2 stoves.
Yeah. I'm in a sort of funny state where I live down the block from my partner, so I end up spending a lot of time at his place, and a lot of my stuff is there, and then a lot of my stuff is at my house where I currently am.
Nice. So you have 4 stoves, 2 in your place and 2 in his place.
No,
Yeah, okay.
yeah. Lots of stuff.
Yes. What's a favorite shape of pasta?
Oh, that's a good one. I mean, I really love like ravioli and gnocchi, but in terms of if I'm gonna go shape, I like the little curly cues.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what those are called.
Are those the fusilli? No.
Maybe? I don't
I'm just
know.
going Seinfeld. I'm trying to imagine the fusilli Jerry. Because that's the one that goes in Frank Costanza falls on it and it goes in his butt.
Ah,
The like
Yeah.
twisty one,
yeah, the
Yeah.
twisty guys.
which also looks like rotini.
Yes. Or bow ties. Bow ties are good too.
Bow
Love a
ties
good
are
bow tie.
fun.
Hmm.
Man, so hungry. Okay, what's the last thing you hated?
My hangover this morning.
Oh, devils.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a cure? Do you have a go-to?
I generally try and sweat it out. I did not do that today. I will exercise, which is super painful, but then it sort of like cures you for the rest of the day. But today was just too cold to go on a bike ride or anything, so I suffered through it.
Yeah. What was your drink of choice last evening?
Last night I was drinking wine. I was at a friend's birthday party and she has a lot of natural wine, which I
Oh,
was
that'll do it
enjoying,
to you. Yeah.
thinking, oh, this will be great and I won't get a hangover. Nope, still alcohol.
No, yep. Tough sledding.
Yeah.
We asked you a couple of these things, ate and hate, because it rhymes with your name. We're really stretching it, thinking outside the box here.
Love it.
But this next one, you're like, did you have a magic 8 ball when you were a kid?
I don't know if I did, but my best friend definitely did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are fun for like 2 seconds when you're like, does he like me? I don't know. Time will tell. And then you get bored and you get over it.
Is he gonna fart? I was just a boy, so.
Yeah.
Abby, did you have one of those? I feel like you definitely did.
Mm-mm.
No?
I played with them. People had them, but I did not own one.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't own one. It was just always a neighbor kid who
Yeah.
had one.
Someone always had a magic 8 ball and somebody always had a Ouija board.
Funny.
That's just how it works. We were conjuring lots of things.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, does the ghost want to play? When you're on the phone, let's say you're talking to a family member or a friend you haven't spoken to in a while, so it's going to be a longer convo. Do you pace?
No. I typically have long phone calls when I'm on my bicycle. I tend to make phone calls when I'm biking. Or sometimes I'll be multitasking while I'm like working at a computer, but I'm not a phone pacer.
Not a phone pacer. What about your partner?
He is a phone pacer and he's also a speakerphone person, which I find interesting.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
this is what we're peeling back some layers here because I do think that for every, I don't know, number of people, there's some pacers and
Yeah.
so he automatic speakerphone.
Yeah, and I kind of don't mind it. It sort of feels like he's trying to include me in the conversation
Oh,
if we're in
okay.
the same room. Yeah, it's nice.
That's very I'm the opposite. I'm like, I can't have anyone around me. I don't want anyone like asking me questions. I'm like, let me get this info and I'll talk to you in a second
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and tell you. Um, so okay, bear with me here. When you take a photo, let's say you're taking a photo with a group of women.
Hmm.
Um, are you posing in the cheerleader pose of bent knees, bent over?
The sorority squat.
Yes. Oh, I've never heard that.
Um, Probably not. My friends and I, whenever we were in a large group in college of women, we would do this thing called Pretty Ugly, where we would do the sorority squat, but we would sort of fuck up something slightly with our expression. So if you looked zoomed in closer, like one of our eyes would be closed, or like our smile would be a little bit of a grimace. It was pretty fun. We like to ruin photos.
That's great. I'm so happy I asked you this. I knew this question because I was sitting on this question for the right guess because I've
Hmm.
noticed I'm 41. I've noticed some friends on Instagram who are
Hmm.
also like 40-year-old women when they're together. There's always like three of them that are still doing the pose, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you're a grown up. Stand up. What are you
Yeah.
doing?
It feels dated, and it was never my thing in the first place.
It just feels so like trained, like middle school. Like you go
Yeah.
to
Hmm.
Yeah, it definitely stood out. And I was like, oh, that's weird. There's someone listening to this right now being like, fuck, I still do that. Okay. All right. Growing up, did you grow up in a household that did jigsaw puzzles?
Um, hmm. They do now. I
Okay.
don't really remember doing very many jigsaw puzzles when I was younger, but my mom is very into puzzles now.
Okay. Follow-up
Mhm.
question is your mom the type of person to, once she's finished, to glue them together on like a cardboard?
No, my old landlord was though. There were just pictures of framed puzzles all over the hallways. It's so strange. It's like, look what I did.
I
Look at how
I
I spent my time.
I did that once and gave it to a friend of mine for his birthday. I was like, here you go. And then someone else in this podcast did the same thing for me.
Mm,
Um, Abby, that's the other
yeah,
person on the
yeah, yeah, that makes
pod.
sense.
Okay. Oh, perfect. Follow-up question to that. Did you grow up in a household that called stuffing dressing?
No,
Have you heard people do this?
dressing is salad dressing.
Yes, yes, yes.
Everyone else is wrong.
Have you heard people do this?
Yes, isn't it a southern thing, maybe?
I think it is. I think it is. We're in Florida, so it's not really southern. Um, but it might be. Have you heard
Yeah.
this?
I have. I don't know that I could comment on where it came from,
Comment on where it came from, goddamn.
but my family calls it stuffing.
Yeah, we call it stuffing too, and I
because
feel like
you stuff it inside the bird.
Hmm.
you stuff it inside your mouth.
Hmm.
There you
Oh yeah, I heard that and I was like, oh, that seems like a divisive topic. Let's bring it up. Okay, do you know anyone with a scorpion tattoo?
I do not, but I know a lot of men that are Scorpios and very proud of being Scorpios. I'm not particularly an astrology person, but everyone in my life is a Scorpio.
You just made one more because that's what I am.
Hilarious.
I'm not big into astrology either. Not at all. Let's not. I don't know why I'm like softening that, but yeah.
Do you
Another.
have a Scorpio tattoo? Scorpion tattoo?
No, I have a lot of tattoos, and some of them aren't the best, but I know. You just ate a blueberry. Yes,
Yes, I did. Oh.
that was so sneaky. I'm sorry for calling you out. It was adorably sneaky. It was just like and silent too. So way to
Yeah,
go.
I'm trying.
Did you have any weird pets? Ever had any weird pets?
I've never had any weird pets. I've had dogs and cats and fish. I always wanted a horse, but those are very expensive. Currently I have a cat named Spiro. I have two cats, Max and Spiro. But Spiro is one cat that we found on the street, and he continues to be sort of a outdoor cat. And everyone on the block knows him because he spends a lot of time outdoors greeting people. And one time I was walking down the street and I heard Spiro and I called for him, and some stranger that I'd never seen before or since walked by and just went, "Ah, fucking Spiro, am I right?" I just love that they're just random people on my block who know my cat's name.
Well,
But
did you give the cat its name?
yes,
And is it wearing any identity?
yes, he has a collar that says like, "My name is Spiro. I live here, but spend a lot of time outdoors. Like, I'm fine. Don't feed me. I'm not hungry."
Oh, that's so fun. It'd be great if it gravitated towards you, but the whole neighborhood just knew its name.
Yes. Yeah.
Spiro has a scorpion tattoo under his fur, so.
I gotta go check that out.
Oh, that's adorable. Okay, so have you ever checked into a hotel,
Hmm.
saw the room,
Hmm.
and checked right out?
I don't believe so, which is surprising because I've stayed in a lot of hotels. Um, but I guess they were all up to snuff. Yeah, I don't think I've checked out of any hotels.
Oh man, that happened to us, and we knew we had to ask, but I was like, a comedian is the best person to ask this to.
Hmm.
One, I feel like it's just always on the road, and two would probably be the people to say something and be like, peace the fuck out.
Yeah, my former boyfriend once checked out of a hotel because it was like sort of like a weird, wonky, old-fashioned Airbnb hotel type thing, and he walked in and there were 11 beds in the room, and he just said, "Too many beds," and checked out.
Oh wow.
Who
That's a
knows?
lot of beds if you're
It's a
not in
lot.
a hostel.
Exactly. Just 11 beds. Very strange.
Yeah, and one had the indention of like a small child on it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Terrifying.
Oh, okay. So I'm thinking how to preface this question, and I don't know. Do you know anyone in your life that starts stories with no, yeah, or no, yeah? And do you know what I'm talking about? We all
I
have
do know what you're
someone.
talking about. I think I don't have anybody like that in my life.
That's surprising.
Yeah. I feel like most of my friends will start a story with, "Oh my God, I have a great story."
Yeah. I would bet that it might be an older generation thing. This question comes from like over the holidays, certain family members just starting and I know I was like, you're starting every sentence, every story, even if it's new with
Hmm.
no. So I went to the chiropractor and yeah, and I'm like,
Weird.
no.
I'm gonna be like looking for that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen to you sooner than later.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Abby, I feel like, does your mom or dad do that?
No. I know people who do that.
Yeah.
Or like they're finishing, you're in the middle of a sentence and they want to carry on. So they do like, yeah, no, but blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, none of that made sense.
Uh, okay. Are you in what podcasts are you into? What do you listen to?
I listen to Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend a lot. Love that podcast. Sometimes I listen to Esther Perel's Where Should We Begin?
Hmm.
Um, for a while I got really into Normal Gossip. That was a fun pod. I love Song Exploder as well.
Yeah.
And Good One, which is like
It's comedy. Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
comedy Song
I know.
Exploder. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know it.
Those are like my go-tos.
Uh, I like Good One. I listen to that. Conan, love Conan. Our goal is to be on Team Coco with the
Mm-hmm.
podcast. We would turn down Spotify money for Team Coco.
That'd be very cool.
Yeah. So Conan, if you're listening, come on the pod.
Conan, yeah, and have me on your pod, Conan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a big listener. Just ignore these, please. What's the last music or recent music you're into?
Recent music I was into. I was just in Colorado, doing a lot of driving on tour, and I was listening to like cycling through like Lawrence and this band called Couch and this band called Melt, all three of which have like horn sections and like really awesome lead female vocalists. Um, Sort of like jazzy-ish pop.
Oh, cool. Can't
Yeah.
wait to check them out.
Yeah, they're
You
great.
said Lawrence, Couch, and Melt.
Yes.
Well, I'm not kidding you. The next question I have here is what color is your couch?
My couch is a forest green crushed
Ooh.
velvet. Yeah.
Whoa.
Mhm.
I like. Is it like three-seater?
It's very big. I when I bought my little apartment, one of the I haven't really changed many of the paint colors, but the one wall in the main room is this dark forest green, and I was like, "Ooh, I'd love to do a couch in that color." And it's like I think it's like a four-seater with like a chaise. Yeah. It was my first like adult purchase. I'd always like gotten hand-me-down couches for a long time, and then I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna buy a new couch."
It's a big deal. I understand.
Yeah.
Do you have a spot like your spot on the couch or do you move around?
Um, I have like my main spot is like in the middle.
Okay. Huh. In the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It's
So I want people to
interesting.
sit next to me, I want
Aw,
my cats and my friends to sit next to me.
that's amazing. It's adorable. So wait, correct me. Is your wall forest green and the couch forest green?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they're opposite walls.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So they play off of each other. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
And you got a blue wall here.
I got a dark blue wall here. This is my little office, the slash turning it into a little mini music studio. And then this room over here is a light blue. And then there's like a little fireplace mantle area that has like a dirty, dusty orange color, terracotta color.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah.
Did you paint it yourself?
I painted the orange myself, and then I was like, this is more time consuming than I remember it being because I painted a lot of walls when I was younger. So then I hired somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What's next? Couch. We covered the couch.
Hmm.
Um, okay. When you put your shoes and socks on, are you
Hmm.
going shoe, or sock shoe?
I love this question because I have a song called Sock Shoe. Um, and it is about this. I wrote it with my friend Melody. But I go Shoe Shoe.
As you should.
Hmm. And anyone that does Sock Shoe is insane.
I think depending on the shoes, I do Sock shoe, sock shoe. I think boots and
Boots.
basketball
That's
shoes.
that's the
Boots.
difference.
You
If
know
it's
what? That's
boots
true.
because you're dealing
Because
with
you're
like
already
a whole
down there.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lace up boots, you're already down there. Yep,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
That's I remember texting Ryan one morning after I put on boots and was like, "Oh my God, you'll never believe what I just did." And that's why we decided it's okay with boots.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I've noticed I do it with basketball shoes too, because I play basketball every week,
Mhm.
but it is a lot like I'm tying it tight. My other shoes, like I don't think I've tied a regular like shoes in 10 years. I just like slip them on, Nikes, Vans,
Mhm.
shit like that. It's an important question.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. Okay. You don't have to give away a specific neighborhood. Are you in Manhattan or are you in Brooklyn?
I'm in Brooklyn.
Okay, so you have LA roots, you're in Brooklyn. Who has the worst stereotypes? Like Silver Lake or Williamsburg?
Hmm. Um, Probably Williamsburg.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like Silver Lake has changed a lot since I lived in LA. But in general, like, I don't know, LA neighborhoods it's so spread out there. It's really hard to like pigeonhole people. Whereas like
Yeah.
Williamsburg really is not somewhere I normally spend a lot of time that much anymore because it's so expensive and everyone's, the same.
Everyone's cool wearing their tiny shoes.
Everyone's now they're like rich and with a baby. Just
Oh,
rich
really?
white couples with babies. Yeah, they grew up
It's
and
the
they
new
kept their
Park
spots.
Slope.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so much fun.
Yeah.
Okay, do you order books off of Amazon?
I do not. I have a little Kindle and a library card, so I do it that way.
Oh, nice. My friend Eric does the library card a lot and swears by it, but I like to hold my books.
Fair.
Did you have that moment of like, do you still buy like supplement it, buy books and do Kindle or you solo Kindle?
A solo Kindle. I was always a library kid. Um, so I rarely buy books for myself, but I do enjoy receiving books as gifts.
Oh, we'll have to send you a book. We love
Yeah.
books.
Nice. Me too.
Do you okay, besides comedy, music, design, do you do anything else? Do you write poetry? Do you crochet on the six train? Do you
Mm, I do not. I know how to knit and crochet, but I don't do it really regularly anymore. I like cooking. My dad is a chef, so I really enjoy trying new recipes and cooking, especially in the winter because we're all trapped indoors.
Mhm.
What else do I do? I love riding my bike places. Um, that's super fun. And who knows? I used to do a lot of dance. My mom's a choreographer, so I grew up doing ballet and being on points and all that stuff. Yeah.
So your mom's dance and your dad's food. Wow, that
Hmm.
sounds like a pretty fun little balance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, this episode is so wholesome. I'm like waiting for like like I want you to like hit us with something. Or like, God, you know what pisses me off?
Yeah. Yeah. I can get there.
I
I
asked the hate question, so
Yes, I hated my hangover.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm generally a optimistic, lighthearted person, but sometimes you can catch me on a bad day and I'll be super hateful. So,
Okay. I'm glad we caught you on a good day though.
yeah.
Um, your website says you wear, and you do, literally, metaphorically, whatever you want to say, wear a lot of hats.
Hmm.
We're seeing. And how many hats do you own?
Very few. I feel like I only wear beanies and occasionally a baseball cap if it's raining.
Okay.
I'm not a hat person except when it comes to doing a lot of things. Then I'm a hat person.
Yeah. So rolling around New York, rocking beanies.
Hmm. Hmm.
Do you have a favorite hat?
Um, I have a couple like beanies from some comedy clubs, and my partner is in a Broadway musical right now, so I like wearing that beanie from that musical.
Oh, no shit. Do you mind if I ask what it is?
Yeah, it's called Kimberly Akimbo. It's the one that won the Tony for Best New Musical this past year.
Oh, cool. I have to tell my daughter is very into Broadway and
Oh,
acting.
nice. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
That's cool. And that reminds me, right up here, it's too high for me to get it right now, but I have a New York Comedy Club
Hmm.
hat.
Nice.
Um, that was my first job in New York City, was bartending at New York Comedy Club.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who was the craziest person that you got to meet?
Well, this was the one on like 23rd Street.
I remember that one.
And at the time, not it was before this like renaissance of
Hmm.
podcasts and the access to like even middle comics.
Yeah.
I don't want to say anyone because I don't want to insult anyone that but like I saw Big J when he was starting out,
Yeah.
Michelle Wolf
Hmm.
when she was starting out, and people like that. Dan Soder is a friend of mine. Met
Me
him
too.
through that, yeah, and yeah, it was cool to like see them. I mean, they sucked. They would do the mics there and like
Hmm.
ask me for Long Island's because they had the most booze
Yep.
in it.
Yep.
Yeah. And I was like, I get paid. I got paid on tips. I didn't even get an hourly wage. So it's like
That's
these comics
wild.
being like, I don't have any money.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I'm gonna drink with you. So that was it. It did not last long.
That's so funny. Oh my
It did
God.
not. Okay, so we end every episode with a song from our guest.
Oh, okay.
Well, so the first question is, what song of yours do you want us to end the episode with? And why?
Mm. That is a good question. Part of me wants to like promote a song that's not super big, but I feel like maybe some people listening to the podcast don't know me. So maybe we should play the big song. Um, yeah, let's do it. Let's play Conversations with Strangers. It's the final song of my one woman bathroom stall graffiti musical. And it's my favorite kind of bathroom graffiti, which is when two people who will never know each other have a conversation on the walls of a bathroom.
It's so great. It's such a please. I don't know if it's in the whatever. Come to Florida. We're in two different parts. She's Central Florida by the beach, and I'm
Mhm.
South Florida. But there's some great theaters.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I just got an agent and a manager off how well this show is doing, and we're setting up a lot more tours this year. So I've gotten a lot of requests for Florida, and it would be nice to get out of the cold of New York.
Yeah. You can crash with Abby.
Great.
I'll buy the blueberries.
Hell yeah. Sounds great. Super into this.
Uh, your partner could come and just talk on the speakerphone the
Oh,
whole
good.
time.
Yeah, he will. He runs all the slides for the show.
Shout out. He's a big listener too. Very dumb question. Do you follow us on Instagram?
I do not, but I will.
Yeah, please do. This is just our shameless self-promotion. Follow Bothering the Band. Also follow the Caitlin Cook.
Yeah, that's me.
Not that you certainly need it. You're crushing it,
Thank you.
and you're gonna continue crushing it. And hopefully we can see you in Florida or New York.
Hmm. Sounds
Next time
great.
we do a live show, maybe you can. We did a live show 2 years ago, and we plan on coming back.
Great.
Yeah.
Where'd you do the live show?
What is it called? Littlefield in Brooklyn.
Oh, I love Littlefield. That's like where me and my partner typically do. We have a variety show,
Oh yeah, I've
in
seen
which
it in
we,
your Instagram with the
yeah, yeah,
lights. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So we do a lot of shows at Littlefield. That's so fun.
Yeah, yeah, it was great. We had a good lineup. David Cross, I'm gonna name
Oh, I
drop
love
here.
David.
Okay,
Yeah,
he was on the pod. He was so nice.
yeah. He's done my variety show before.
Yeah, he's so great. He rolled up on his bike. He was like ready to roll. It was great.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Okay, big question
Hmm.
is if you could bother any musician, live or dead, who would you bother
Mm,
and
wow.
what would you ask them in the vein of bothering the band? So something very benign, silly, everyday, lighthearted, stupid.
That's such a good question. I guess I would bother Sarah Bareilles.
Ooh.
Yeah, love her so much. And also just I'm looking for more people that are songwriters who have gone into musical theater as well as just being songwriters, because that's sort of what's happening with my career right now. What would I ask her? Maybe I would ask her like what her favorite like candy junk food is.
It's a good question.
Yeah. Because then, I could bring it to her the next time we hang out, because obviously we just become friends right away.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
You're like, here, I brought you these nerds.
Yeah, exactly. Here's your Twizzlers, Sarah Bareilles.
I hope it's not Twizzlers.
I
Do you
hope it's
like
not
Twizzlers?
I don't like
Twizzlers are
Twizzlers.
the worst.
No.
They're just red sticks of nothing.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. They're good straws sometimes.
What's yours?
My favorite junk food. I love popcorn.
Oh, yeah?
I'm a big popcorn person. All different kinds of popcorn.
Okay. Do you get it when you go to the movie theater? It's like a must.
Yes, I get popcorn at the movies, and then just in general, like there's this brand called Lesser Evil that makes like lots of vegan popcorn. And not that I'm a vegan, just I like companies that are sort of health minded and eco-friendly, which they are. And yeah, they sell them at the bodega down the street from me, so I end up getting lots of large bags of popcorn to eat while I'm watching, Broad City, 30 Rock, the classics.
I love it. Okay, so wait, I was gonna ask something about Sarah Bareilles. Is Rockwood Music Hall still around? Doesn't she play there all the time?
It is. I don't know if I've seen her there recently. Carly Rae Jepsen recently did a show at Rockwood because her show was rained out nearby, and it was that outdoor show, so they relocated her. Rockwood, there were rumors about it maybe closing, and then I think some investors got involved because I stopped hearing those rumors, and I think it's still going strong. I haven't played there in a long time, but I miss it. It's a great venue.
Yeah, it's a very fun venue. That's one of the ones when we come back to do a live show in New York, that's like top. That Mercury Lounge got a couple of spots.
Yeah, love Mercury Lounge. Yeah,
a couple of connections also at those places. Okay, so what is next for Caitlin Cook?
Well, I'm gonna eat some dinner. And I
What
have
are you
a
gonna
condo
eat?
board meeting. I don't know. I'm gonna probably make my partner AJ order us some Indian food, maybe. But yeah, what's next in the long term is I'm going to Nashville this weekend to do my show, and then taking a little break from touring to do another off-Broadway run at Soho Playhouse.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Where in Nashville are you playing?
The Blue Room at Third Man Records.
Oh yeah. Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Can you see you can't see my fridge. That's a Third Man
Oh, nice.
right there.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'm pumped.
That's so cool. We did a show in Nashville last year at City Winery, and that was the main stop was Third Man.
Twice. We went twice.
We did go twice.
Because my parents came to our show, and my dad was really upset that we didn't take him to Third Man. We had to go back.
That's so funny. I didn't know they had a City Winery there. That's awesome.
It's not too far, actually. It's like right around the corner from Third Man.
Nice. Yeah, I've performed at a couple well, there's City Winery here and then one in DC, and so I've thought about, I don't think my show in particular would super work at City Winery, but me and AJ's show is super fun to do because their sound is really, really good in most of the City Wineries. Yeah.
If you ever do, talk to a guy named John Salloway. He's their house musician, and he has some pool. I don't know if that helps at all, but
cool.
Sticking together. Creative people got to stick together.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. That's our program.
Amazing. Thanks for having me.
We're blessed. This has been so much fun.
Yeah. I love a bunch of random questions. That's great. Yes.
Absolutely. And if we cross paths in a city, yeah, blueberries on us. Fucking A.
I like writing on walls. Fuck you, society. Dan, this is actually a door, not a wall. Regard society. Follow your dreams. I literally only have nightmares. Question everything. Why? Your girl on a scale of 1 to America. How free are you tonight? That's a great line, but I'm underneath it, someone wrote, Germany 1942. Do you idealize the past or see it as broken? Why? Dude, I'm just trying to take a shit. The chamber of secrets has been opened. Then close your legs. The future is in your hands. My dick is the future. If Harry Potter taught us anything, it's that nobody deserves to live in the closet. That's such a sweet thought. But underneath it, someone wrote, except R. Kelly. Holy water, holy shit. Is this as good as it's ever gonna get? Conversations with strangers that I have never met, and I will never meet in the future. My dick is the future. Super hot girlfriend with perfect tits that's mean to you all the time and fucks other dudes. Stop white hipsters, laugh out loud, please explain how. Tom loves my shaft, DVD with bonus features. When I'm alone, I like to fill the bathtub with tomato sauce, pretend that I'm a meatball, don't judge me. But underneath that, understandably, someone wrote, dude, we're totally judging. Largest eggs in the world are laid by sharks. The largest woman in the world was laid by your dad. I fucked your mom. Shut up, dad, you're drunk. Open books, not legs, blow minds, not boys. Why can't I do both? Big tits can't make up for a small ass, but a big ass can make up for small tits. And then someone put quotes around it and ascribed it to Abraham Lincoln. Holy water, holy shit. Is this as good as it's ever gonna get? Conversations with strangers that I have never met, and I will never know if I'm in the future. My dick is the future, for a good time.